Hi guys, Happy New Year. I wanted to update you with my 2019 kind of planner system. So it's pretty simple. So firstly, I have this Moleskine Daily and I am really loving this. It's quite chunky, and if you haven't seen one of these before, you can get them in, this is the pocket size, so it's like 3.5 by 5.5 inches, but you can get like an A5 size, which would be more along the lines of this size. Is that in frame? So that would be kind of the size comparison between like an A5 and the pocket size. It's going to be probably just as chunky, and I think you can get them in soft cover and hardcover. It does have a nice sort of elastic with quite a lot of give in it, so that, you know, because to give you room to grow into it. So let's just have a look inside it. So let's just take this off. In here you have like a little calendar as well that you can fold up, I guess, and put a pencil in it. So that's a little calendar there on the band. And then in the book itself, I've just done a little bit of gold stenciling there. My theme for the kind of year, and there's more on that in the actual planner. So be an elegant thinker. I've just put my Instagram handle there, and throughout I've just done a couple of stickers. So this one's from Sadie Stickers. This is from My Newest Addiction, and that's the pixie dust, or is it the shattered glass foiling. And then here, that's from Crafts by Towie. And I'll just actually show you, what I might do is I'll just show you through here, and then I'll just show you my couple of my favorite sticker sheets at the end. But so here I have kind of my blog, and then I wrote a little note to myself because you can see like that was kind of off center where I put that, and then I was upset and I wasn't sure whether to pull it off or whether it would wreck it. And then I just had these bows sitting there, and I popped one on and it looked really nice, and so I just wrote a little note sort of saying, it goes to show when you try and fix imperfections, you could end up with something infinitely more beautiful. It doesn't always have to be exact as long as you keep trying. So that's, I guess, a little note for the year as well. Then here we have 2019, like the whole year in a snapshot kind of version. And I think I might use this to track something, but I'm still figuring that out. Here we have the monthly views. So I've got this little, I bought these a while ago and I sort of never used them because they were too little, but I think they'll be really nice in here. And what I might do is get some book darts, which are really thin profile, and just use those to clip these on. But for now, I've just got a few. Can you see the foiling? I want you to kind of be able to see the foiling here in the favorite shops. We have My Newest Addiction. This is from one of her kits, which I love. These are all her shop. Paper Muse Crafts, Crafts by Towie, and this little bow tab is Crafts by Towie. I love it. Anyway, so the months are pretty tiny, like you do not get a lot of room there, but you could use sort of little stickers to kind of denote things. So you could put a little key down here and, like, you know, a red sticker for a certain event or a blue sticker for a certain event, something like that. But they're just sort of a little snapshot here in the front. It'd probably be better if they were sort of a month to a double page spread, but that's just kind of not how it has worked out. So I haven't really done anything to December. And then we have 2020. So you get a snapshot of the next year as well, in case you need to forward plan anything or, you know, for any reason. Then we have just international holidays. Then we have time zones. And I've just kind of used the map, places I've lived, things like that. And I just basically put the Saturday sticker there because I like the colour. Measurements and conversions, international sizing. So these may not be kind of relevant for some people, but I kind of love them. It's like old school kind of, you know, we used to have the map books, and like we called it a Refidex in Australia, and now we have just Google Maps and sort of, but I love this kind of old school dialing codes and travel planning. My extraordinary moments this year, and then this is a blank, it's called My Blank Space, and I'm not sure if you can see there, but you can, it says make this page your own at moleskine.com, so somehow you can kind of sync this in and upload it, I think. So then we have My Inspiring Journeys, and you can use the map, you know, however you like to kind of do that. And then we have a ruled page and just sort of a blank page that you can use. So I used this to do my sort of theme for the year, and it is Be an Elegant Thinker. And so I've kind of put a little bit about what that means kind of to me, or how I'm kind of trying to do that. So I've put, to be an elegant thinker is about personal refinement, about not getting overly flustered, but venting in a more productive way. It's about thinking problems through to solutions and being thoughtful in making decisions, so sort of critical thinking. It's about learning to respond in a more objective and constructive way. You know, sometimes like something happens and you kind of, when it's personal, it's hard to take a step back and kind of look at it and think how to sort of answer that. So I kind of want to try and work on that. And then to improve the mind through learning good, wholesome and valuable things. So that's kind of my kind of theme for this year. And then we move straight into the daily pages starting on January 1st. So I'm kind of still figuring out how I want to use this, and now that I have this, you know, I haven't wanted to journal for a while, but now that I kind of have this and I'm thinking how to use it, I kind of wish I had gotten the A5 so I had a little bit more room to write some things. But for now I'm going to stick with this, and I quite like, you know, the size of it and that it's not overwhelming. And next year I think I'm going to get an A5 soft cover one so I can watercolor, and I'll show you a little bit more about that in a minute, but so I can really make it chunky if I want to. But for this one I'm just going to try and keep it a little more streamlined. So minimal decorations, you know, just putting a few stickers here and there or things like that. But so I just wanted to kind of put a little bit in every day of something that I'm trying to do. Like for example here I've put a little painting very late into the morning of tomorrow, still trying to find that elusive grey shade. My favourite so far is Holbein Shell Pink with Daniel Smith Fuchsite, because you can buy some pre-mixed greys that other artists like Payne's Grey or Neutral Tint, and I am not like, I don't know, I'm looking for a softer grey, I think. So I am just trying to figure out how to, it's a hard colour to mix. Like a lot of artists kind of mix, you know, just make a sort of muddy colour, but I really want to mix a really nice colour. So I'm just working on that to use for shading and things. Anyway, so that's, you can kind of see. So the good thing here, so you can see there, you can start at 8 in the morning and go till 8 at night. So they give you like little dated hourly if you want to do, you know, meetings or appointments or anything like that. But if you don't have something like that, you know, I read a quote this week that said, I wish my work, so they showed like a big chunky kind of set of notebooks or something, and they said, I wish my life was worthy of that much documentation. You know, you can write about anything. You could use this and just write a word a day. and learn like a word, or you know, go into the dictionary and just work on your hand lettering, or you know, there's lots of different things. You don't necessarily have to write. You might just write like what you eat. It's you know, it doesn't have to be anything that you know what I'm saying, not too it's not super spectacular. It's just special things about your life because your life is special. So here I just kind of use these two stickers again because they're my favorite colors. And then I just was working on, I actually just got a bunch of, I'll do this in another video, but I just got a bunch of ink samples from Goulet pens. And so I've just been kind of working on those, and I was just kind of trying to use a couple of the ones that I think I like in here. But you can see like there's quite a lot of feathering, and then it does bleed through. But I really love how like the ink bled through and then the kind of pearlescent sat on top there. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, and I left this page blank, so I just wanted to show you as well. This is what it looks like with watercolor on it. So I used barely any water. It does take watercolor really nicely actually, this paper, but like I said, you know, you can see it does buckle a little bit, and I just want to keep this. I don't want to sort of chunk this out too much, but next year I think I'll get one, and really having the A5 and having sort of that extra room, I think I'll like to do that. So yeah, that's that. You can, you know, can watercolor on it if you want to, and then just I think what I've kind of started to do is some to-dos, a little bit about the day, maybe a scripture that was kind of important that day, or something, you know, that I read that I liked that day, and maybe what we ate or something like that. So I also wanted to put in and like tonight there is a bird in our house just flying around. We cannot sort of get it. It's like right up on the top of the fireplace, so we're still figuring out what to do with that. But so the other thing to note, so you can see here I just tried a couple of other inks. You see that sparkle? So that is Moon Dust. That's a really pretty ink, and it doesn't feather too much, but it does actually, you know, all of the inks on here go through, so I'm going to have to figure out kind of what pens I want to use. But yeah, I'm just really liking it. It's not too overwhelming. There's no pressure at all, really. Kind of wishing, you know, I had a little bit more space, but I really love it. And so it just goes through the whole year like this, and then at the back it literally just finishes December 31st. There's one notes page, and then the back page, and then in the back pocket here. So in the back pocket you get some stickers, and the little, I always love these, the little history of Moleskine, and then you have the little quality control card. So this is one little daily planner slash kind of journal. The other thing I forgot to show you that I really love, can you see the shine here? So this is, a, let me get that. So this is a Wink of Stella brush pen, and basically takes up no room at all. It does not buckle the pages, and let me just show you. So, you know, you can just, can you see? You just put that straight on there and you can just make the page pretty and sparkly with that. So I really love that. It dries straight away. And the reason I got the daily sort of note taker is because I am sort of memory keeping in this recollections planner. So the reason I got this is because I kind of fall behind in my memory keeping, and I'm using this recollections 18-month planner, which I got, you know, in July sometime, and I quite like it. It's not the exact cover that I want. I really want the Erin Condren like pink powder lace cover, so you know, maybe I can add that at some point. But this is just from Michaels, and you know, you can use a coupon to grab it. And anyway, so I kind of get, you know, a couple of weekly sticker kits per month, but sometimes I fall like behind, like pretty much all the time I'm behind. And so I just wanted to have the daily kind of reminder there. But I'm just loving it anyway. Like even without this, I'm just loving having that daily. So like here, you can see kind of the, so when I don't have a sticker kit, I'm just going to use it for other things. Here's a, so like for example, here's a page I never even haven't finished because I just didn't want to ruin it. I love the washi, I love the boxes, and yeah, so here is, so I don't have any sort of monthly stickers for September either yet. So here's like, here's a page where I was just doing some calligraphy, so you can just put in things that you're learning. Some of these pages, I got like 5 or 6 kits, and I just wanted to mash all of the sticker kits together. So I just ended up doing that for a whole bunch of pages. Like Halloween. This is probably my favorite full box of all time. I really love it. And my favorite little P sticker. And then this is where I'm up to here. So I have kind of January, but kind of nothing past there. So I thought that the kind of little, so I kind of thought that this would be really good in helping me kind of remember and keep track of that. But, you know, if you don't sort of want to do this sticker sort of thing, this is just such a nice little way to do things. And you can either go small like this if that suits you, or you can get a larger one. So I really love that. And then I do have a couple of ideas for now. And then I just wanted to show you, here's a couple of notebooks that I will be using. This is the, I don't even know how to say it, Nemesign. And basically I'm just using this for like a project that I am working on. And so here's the paper. It's quite nice and smooth, like it's a nice little notebook. I think the paper is a little bit too sort of smooth for me, but I will be sort of writing an Apica or Apica, I'm not sure how to say it, and this Midori cotton, because I love both of these, and I've just about finished both of them, so yeah, like I'm not sure of the sizing of things. That's what I will be working on. And here you can see a little sneak peek of the inks that I got from Goulet Pens and the like samples and what is coming up. I'll do some little swatches and kind of talk to you about those. And they're actually some of my favorites at the minute, but I just want to try them out a little bit more before I kind of commit to any of those. So the last thing would just be kind of going through the stickers that I have that I like to use in my Moleskine, and those would be, so these are the Colourpop daily ones, the days of the week, which I use kind of in this planner, which I really love these as the daily headers. And then we'll just go through smallest to largest. Smallest to largest. So I really love these little peas. They're really cute. And these are my newest addiction bows. I just love these and I use them everywhere for everything. There's some bobby pins and some of the bows in shattered glass, so I just have them in like shattered glass and gold. And these ones are just YouTube and Instagram stickers from Sweet Bella XOXO. I love those. These are from Paper Muse Crafts. These are her like functional icons and some functional arrows. These are all from Crafts by Towie. So this is her makeup stickers, which whenever I see these, I think of them as paintbrushes. So I really love them like for that. And then just some notes. These little tabs, which I actually often, quite often, I will cut those apart and use just the one bow on the spread. Let me see one of those bows. Let's see. That is the little fireplace from my favourite full box kit from Paper Muse Crafts. I love that. So where were we? Here. And then these are just some foiled stickers. And these work ones, I really love those as well. So, and then these are just a couple of like nice little, this is from my favourite carousel kit from Two Little Bees. I love this kit. Your order comes with like this little tag, and there's a reward system, I think. I'm not really sure. Can't remember how that goes, but then these are some of the, like the foiled functionals from her, which are really pretty, the colours. And then these are from Cleverdale Crafts, and they're just really pretty, like flags. They're foiled ones. These are from Sadie Stickers, and I used to really like her things, but the paper's changed to one that sort of smells, and I don't really like sort of having that smell around, so I don't know, I probably won't get those again, but I do love them. She used to have really, really nice paper quality, and then, yeah, not loving that. And then this is my last remnants from this, my newest addiction kit, which is one of my all-time faves, and look at I love that. So that was actually the kit, and yeah, it's one of my faves. Really, really love it. So I guess one thing I wanted to say with the stickers as well, this is kind of my sticker pile, and I don't want it to grow further than this because I just don't want that kind of smell in my room or something like that. So yeah, but I do love these, and I love you know, putting them in here. So that's everything for today. As kind of, I really love the Moleskine Daily So it's different from the monthly. You know, this is the daily, and I really love it with the Wink of Stella. And I will see you guys next time, hopefully with like some ink samples and something like that. But yeah, thanks for being here, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.